Your view on Tesla, having been a board member, a very early investor from the pre-IPO days in Tesla. And I'm really interested as to what you make of the sudden slowdown in sales and why.
Well, look, I think Ed's exactly right. Numbers better than expected, delivered 444,000 cars, up from 387,000 last quarter, but still down 5% year over year. Here's the big picture. Tesla's growth has slowed from an extraordinary 71% in 2021, 51% in 2022, down to 19% in 2023. This year could be the first negative year Tesla's ever had. That's why the stock's down 30% for the year. They've lost $700 billion in value since November 2021. This all creates huge pressure and some high drama for this big August 8th unveil of the full self-driving robo-taxi. So the big question is, can Tesla pull a rabbit out of the hat? We're going to see in about 5 weeks.
Well, what rabbit would you need? A lower, cheaper price model, rejuvenation there, or still waiting on the robo-taxi?
Well, I think what you're likely to see is an all-new vehicle built on a new, smaller chassis. And I think that could be the chassis of the future for the new $25,000 car. And I think he's also going to show that full self-driving is almost ready to go. The big question is it going to be ready for the regulators to allow it to go on the streets throughout the US, or will they do something a little different, like launch in China first? A lot of speculation, but if they can get these two things right, Tesla may be back on top for the next decade.
The stock up almost 9% in the session, but down 8% so far in 2024. Down 13% over the last 12 months as I punch that into my Bloomberg. Remind us a little bit of your history of Tesla. You're a former board member, but at the time you were a board member, energy was not as big a component of the business. We've got a brilliant chart that I hope we can bring up showing the big jump in energy installation in the second quarter of this year. What did you make of that, Steve?
So Elon's got the big picture. It's not just a car company. It is an energy company, and frankly, it is an AI company. The energy division is the biggest, fastest growing division of Tesla. It may become one of the most profitable divisions. And that's something we've been tracking for some time. But the big picture here is by 2027, they're going to be selling 30 million EVs a year. Every automaker in the world is going all electric. And if Tesla can get this $25,000 car into the market along with full self-driving, they and BYD are going to be the kings of EVs for a long time to come.
Steve, I think we need to take a bigger picture look at electric vehicle sales all around the world. You have many more players in China who are reporting really good numbers. A lot of folks, actually, I've been getting hammered on social media. I'll be honest with you. I've been getting absolutely hammered from all sides. Those that are very pro-Tesla, Tesla shareholders, owners, those that are anti-Tesla, anti-Elon. You can't win. But loads of them are pointing out that Tesla delivered more pure battery electric vehicles than BYD. At the same time, I mentioned at the top, Elon Musk has talked about the challenge from hybrids. That's the market right now. The legacy OEMs bringing more hybrid models online. The health of the market at large, please, with that context.
Look, the whole world is going electric. That's why we invested in Tesla in 2008. We saw that there was going to be this precipitous downward curve in the price of batteries. And that is why the whole world, every automaker going all electric. Now, you're going to see slowdowns. Tesla's in the middle of they call it the valley of death between the wildly successful Model 3 and the Model Y and the next generation of AI-driven full self-driving vehicles. As you move into that, I think they're going to do well. In the meantime, Tesla is becoming one of the largest sellers of energy in the world. They have applied and been approved to become a utility. They provide what are called mega packs to utilities all over the planet at an astonishing rate. When I was in the old days, you mentioned utilities. That was a boring industry. Now utilities are reshaping the world. That's part of why we've raised our new seed fund.
Talking in the old days, Steve, and before we get into your new fund, your old days, you've known Elon for a very long time. In your old days, you were on Capitol Hill. In your old days, you were serving as California co-chair for the Obama for America campaign. Do people come to you and say, Elon's the problem here? when it comes to buying a Tesla?
Elon is without a doubt one of the most polarizing figures of the age, and then some. Having said that, he has transformed the global transportation industry. He's transformed the American space program. He appears to be on his way to co-leading a revolution in artificial intelligence. It's hard to cast too many doubts, but is he polarizing? Absolutely. Has he made his share of mistakes? Look at the Cybertruck numbers, form your own conclusion. But I still think he is likely the best person to lead Tesla into the new future.
Steve, you're looking for the next Tesla. Your firm, the Wesley Group, $100 million new fund. The focus is at the seed stage. Sounds tough. How do you find the next Tesla, be it the energy component, something to do with autonomy, something to do with electric vehicles, infrastructure, at the very nascent stage of a startup's life?
Look, investors all over the world are waking up and they want to invest in this new future of sustainability, EVs, green energy. We've raised a $100 million seed fund to help transform the world's largest industrial companies. And we're building on a 17-year track record of having raised 4 funds to invest in game-changing companies. So we're already had 9 companies go public, including Tesla, 3 other multi-billion-dollar exits. And I think our real secret sauce is the expertise we gain from having 32 of the world's largest energy, mobility, insurance, building companies as investors. They help give us unparalleled deal flow. We review about 4,000 companies a year, keeps us on our toes.
I mean, you've got money from Duke Energy, Origin Energy, Alaska Air, everyone's here, many of them wanting sort of strategic investments here, Steve. Is electric vehicle the strategic place to deploy capital right now? Is it automotion that you need to be more focused on? Is it energy? Where are you going to get the real bang for your buck, do you think?
Yeah, well, that's exactly the right question to ask. Let's jump right into that. There are unbelievable changes going on in the utility sector. EVs, autonomous vehicles, AI is causing the electricity demand globally to double by 2050. Utilities used to be boring. Now they've become the linchpin of the global economy. Energy is renewable energy, long duration power storage, virtual power plants. In the mobility sector, again, every company going electric, and that's because EVs this year will start costing less than comparable internal combustion engine vehicles. AVs are coming quickly. In the world of industrials, it's all about AI, robotics, making everything happen faster. We're in the center of those dramatic industrial changes. It's the most exciting time in the world to be an investor.